So, one question that parents commonly ask me is about writing. And the main concerns are around that the child is still not writing or not holding a pencil. And if he's writing, then he's not writing in between the spaces. Or so these are the kind of things. And sometimes parents tell me that the child writes only when it is held, if the child's hand is just touched or the wrist is just touched. The person who's making the child write is not actually writing for the child, but just touching. And even then, it is difficult for the child to learn how to write independently. Now, what are the reasons and how can we help a child if he has difficulties with writing? So, let's talk about them today. Writing is a function that evolves over a period of time, and children start to hold a thing in their hand only after say 2.5 years of age. And I don't mean that they start writing then. They start holding a crayon, or they start, and the kind of hold is like this, they hold it like this and they kind of scribble. So that's the first thing that the children start doing. We have different kinds of holds and we have different kinds of grasps. So I'll just show you what are the kind of grasps that we have. So some kids hold the pen like this and then they're writing like this. Okay, here. So they write like this. There are some kids who hold the pencil in this manner, in a where, so this is how it is. So the aim, and then there are some, so the mature grasp is, I hope you can see. So a mature grasp is where the thumb and the index finger are holding together, and these three fingers are supporting. So if you see, it's like supporting, and the child is able to write. So that's what we would be wanting for the child. Now, what are the reasons that the child is not able to hold a pencil, and why is he not able to produce strokes? Why are some strokes very light? Why some are very dark? What are the reasons for those? So let's understand them. So as I told you, earlier stage, in the first initial stages, the first important thing that the child has to be given is a lot of opportunities to play outside, jump, hang, climb, and various other things which he can do with his whole physical body. Because when he does that, he's strengthening his core muscles. Which are the core muscles? The muscles in front of our stomach or on the lower back. So these are the muscles which hold our body and stabilize it so that our hand can do the function that is needed to be done. So a lot of opportunities to develop core are extremely important. I would in my further videos explain and show you what are the kind of core exercises that can be done by kids so that that particular thing is taken care of and is strengthened. Okay, so that is point number 1. Second point is to take care that the shoulder muscles are good and strong, and that the shoulder is strong enough. Can the child hang from a monkey bar? Can he pull himself up? So those are all good ways to understand if the shoulder girdle is strong enough. So as I said, the first important thing is the core muscles. Next is the shoulder good and strong. Many a times the wrist stability is not there. They write like this. The wrist goes downwards when they're writing. So the hand is, so I don't know if you can see, the hand is turned inwards when they're writing. Now, if we want to avoid this posture, it's a good idea to make the child write on a vertical surface, because when you write on a vertical surface, if you can see my wrist, it automatically goes upwards. So it's a good idea to write on a vertical surface, and it is also a very good idea to give a very small piece of chalk or a crayon so that the child's grip is also developing. So we spoke about the core muscles, we spoke about shoulder, we spoke about wrist. A lot of things which require pulling, pushing, want the wrist to be stable. If the wrist is constantly moving while doing these activities, then the child is not ready for writing. Now, so these are few things that we take care of. What are the other things which are very important? The other things that are important are the reflexes around the hand. So we have a reflex called palmar grasp reflex. There's another one called hand-mouth Babkin reflex. There's another one which is called Babkin, hands grasp, hands pulling, are some of the reflexes which are really important, and if these are present, beyond a particular age, they will not let the writing develop, even if the shoulder is strong or even if the core muscles are strong. So it's really important that we work on integrating those primitive reflexes. I do a course called Boost Oral Motor Fine Motor Skills, in which I do teach parents on how to integrate these reflexes. So you can enroll whenever you feel you worked on core, you worked on shoulder, and you're still not getting a breakthrough with writing, then it means you need to address the reflexes around the hand. There are reflexes around the feet also, which are equally important. So Babinski is important too. Some reflexes like spinal gallant reflex are also important. Spinal gallant reflexes are, the other name for spinal gallant reflex is ants in the pants. So every time that the child starts, where that underwear seam touches the back, the child keeps wiggling. And if the child is wiggling so much, it becomes difficult for him to focus and to pay attention and to write along. So that is one more reflex that needs to be worked upon. If you feel you worked on hand reflexes, you worked on core strength, you worked on shoulder, you've given a lot of opportunities for vertical, writing on a vertical surface, and still it is difficult, you can consider these many things. So working on hand reflexes, working on the foot reflexes, many a times working on the mouth reflexes also. Because if you see, many a times if you would see some kids are cutting and this is how the tongue comes out, or their mouth also moves. So what they do is, this is what they do. So which means that the hand and the mouth reflexes are still present. So working around the mouth and working around the hand muscles, working around the foot muscles are all very important. And once we work on all of these, you will see changes coming in the handwriting. You know what? I have never ever worked on specifically teaching a child to write on strokes. Yeah, in the initial years as a therapist, I did that. But believe me, the moment I started working on primitive reflex integration, working on the core, working on the shoulder, and giving a lot of opportunities which involve a lot of pushing, pulling, heavy stuff, you would see that the writing comes naturally. You'll not have to specifically work on it. So I wanted to talk about the fine motor development and the age at which you would see the writing develop. Okay, so by the age of 2 years, the child will start grasping a pencil like this, at 2 years of age. By the age of 2.5 years of age, a child will start using the thumb and the index finger to hold a pencil instead of using the fist. So that's how the development is happening. At the age of 3 years, the child will start using the fingers to sing songs like, where is thumbkin, where is pointer, that kind of a song. So children will start using the fingers by 3 years of age. And then by 3.5 years of age, the child will start holding a pencil with the index finger, the thumb, and the middle finger. So that's how the child will start using a pencil. By 4.5 years of age, a child will learn to use the index finger, if you can see. So the child will learn to use the index finger and the thumb, and the pencil will rest on the third finger. So that is how the grip would emerge. So this is how developmentally you should see kids develop with their fine motor skills with respect to writing alone. So I hope this age helps you to understand the development of the skill of writing and how it emerges. Thank you.